Hello, everyone. Welcome to enCRYPTID. We got a shaggy episode coming up for you. I am one of your hosts, Tom Bennis, as well as... we have a few other people with us, too. The other hosts of this show. He's been here from the beginning. New Jersey's own devil. Cal, how's it going, buddy?
Hey everybody, what's going on? You know, I always chuckle to myself and I try to keep it like off the mic, but when I see spooky stuff in the intro, that's my favorite part. And I chuckle to myself every time. It's great.
You know, spooky stuff.
Yes. Along for the ride, we have Justin. How's it going, buddy?
It's going. That's
You ready to talk?
I am ready to do something.
Well, before we start, as always, we'll go into birthdays. And do we also have a creation on deck?
Yeah. So we're going to go to birthdays first. And we do have several birthdays. So we want to wish a happy birthday from the enCRYPTID family. On Monday, we had Tom Zambino's birthday. So happy birthday to him, as well as Brian. What? Oh, Tom. Oh, welcome. He just came. Yep. So Tom Zambino, welcome. Happy birthday. On Monday was his birthday, as well as Brian Hertz from the DVD Bunker. Well, happy birthday to him. And to my nephew, Siddharth, he turned 16 on Monday, so happy birthday. And today is my other nephew's birthday. It's his first birthday, to Archie, so happy first birthday to Archie. So to all of us, to all of you, have a legendary birthday.
Yes.
We also have our cryptic creations, thanks to Janine Devine. So at Janine Devine on Twitter and at G9 Designs. You can check out all their stuff. And remember, all the artwork that's featured on our show, she sells in her store. So if you really like it, you can put it on a shirt or a mug or anything you want. And here's this week's her interpretation of the black dog.
So, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the glowing eyes. She did a great job on it, as usual. But this was, I just really like the eyes. They really popped out to me when she sent it to me yesterday. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And she's done a great job as always. Yeah. So thank you, Janine, again.
She's such a hard worker.
Yeah, she does so much for us, and I'm so glad that we have her in our family, and she takes care of us. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Kimber wants to get that Area 51 design from last week on something. She keeps bringing it up.
Yeah, that thing was awesome, man. I was like, oh, she's like, if we had more time, because I gave her an idea, and she's like, oh, we had more time, we could have done this. It could have been like the three of us in suits. Black suits with our faces on it, because you know how she already has mine and your faces. She could do Justin's. Like, it was really cool.
I'm gonna need a new logo for season 2. So
hey Kimber, hey TJ, and hey Tom Zambino, all in the chat right now. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, that was
Kimber's distracting me. She wants us to do a Men in Black episode. I'm like, we will.
We were kind of talking about that, like how our second special for season 2 will be the UFO one, because I know she has a lot of great stories for that one as well. So hey, Jen,
yeah, for sure.
Jen and Angela, welcome as well, joining us. Thank you for joining us again. Yeah, so we have like a lot in store, and we have a lot of support. It's really cool, and I'm glad Justin joined the family as well, because he's got a lot of background in this, so it's really cool.
And how's your oh no, I forgot the creature show. I can't remember it. Creature Pasta?
Creature Pasta. It's okay. We recorded the first 2 episodes. The first one should go up, I believe, on the 13th. Dealing with Slenderman. Decided to start strong. It was an experience. It's one of the first shows we've done video of that we've not released live. So I'll give you a little bit of background. It took 14 takes to decide what we wanted to happen. It's like full half-hour recordings. It was
look,
it was an endeavor.
Understand that, man. We were recording because we usually do everything live too, obviously, and we were recording with our friend Morgan for our It's a Twofer series we were doing for Tough.
Mm-hmm.
And he lays down his speech first track, and we were just there for like 45 minutes afterwards, just trying to he set the bar so high. But anyway, let's get into the topic at hand. Cal is spamming the
yeah, I don't know why my stuff is coming up twice for some reason. I have no idea.
Gremlins, man.
It's still the
Yeah,
Gremlins, man. From 2 weeks, we've been haunted by them. We can't let them go. Like, what's going on?
Gonna have to get
We'll
some
always
sort
be
of
here.
special like IT crew in here and clean everything up.
Yeah.
Paranormal
What are you
IT.
gonna call them?
Oh,
Can we call it Gizmo? Will Gizmo take care of it?
That's just the start of a bad idea.
I don't know, or a really good idea.
All right, well, let's answer the questions everyone asked since the 90s. Who let the dogs out? Let's get into...
So in our segment that you guys know by now, Tour of the Lore, we go over the background of our creature of the week, and this week's creature is the black dog, or the omen of the black dog. So now we're going to Tour of the Lore.
And to start things off, our own lore librarian, Justin.
All right, so the black dog. The black dog is an interesting beast in particular because it's depending on where you go in England alone, which is where it originates. It's kind of it's different things. It's always different things. It's either a portent of death or it's I don't know, a guardian spirit in some instances, or just it's broad and also vague. Obviously, it began in the British Isles. It's a nocturnal apparition. It's closely related to the devilish hellhound, the larger night creatures with the red eyes and the canines and everything else. I'm reaching here a little bit, just so as people know, if you can't tell already. Yeah. You can find them generally in crossroads and dark places, dark alleys, and they exist globally. Mainland Europe has plenty of various local lore. We've got a few here in the States, South America. They sure are their thing.
If I could add to that, I have some things too. Like some of it, what you said, is like the folklore of the British Isles. More importantly, it's a portent of death, and like Justin said, it's associated with devils or hellhounds, and they're usually a larger dog with glowing eyes. Sometimes it's associated with storms as well, and they may have originated in the Celtic or Germanic areas. And then here are the pronunciations that we were talking about earlier that I can't say, but the CWN, however you say that, ANWNN, GARMR, or the Cerberus are examples of them. And their best known versions of the are the Barghest of Yorkshire and the Black Shuck of East Anglia, which I think you might be getting to. And one of the most famous accounts is actually from pop culture, or a story written, was The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the Sherlock Holmes mystery. So,
right, and in that story, if memory serves me correctly, the hound itself served as a kind of a announcement that a murder had taken place, and every time something else would occur, the hound would be heard or seen, and was believed to factor in some way. But it's been a very long time since I've read much.
Yeah, so I can bring up the slide of the Hound of the Baskerville. It should be this one right here.
Yeah.
I kind of like how they did it in the Sherlock movie too. If you guys, I mean that Sherlock show, that Kimber. I mean, we can talk about it in the feature creatures, but I know Kimber's a huge fan of the Sherlock series, and especially Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
So that episode is really well done. But even seeing the old movie and reading the book itself was a great way of interesting, and how they psychologically affect you as opposed to what it it's supposed to be.
Well, I mean, think about it. Late at night, you hear the baying of a hound in the distance. I mean, it's an unsettling sound. Anyone who owns dogs knows that when it starts barking in the darkness, something is wrong, or you're going to have to deal with whatever it is that it's doing. And it's got that psychological element to it. Similar to a banshee in a lot of regards when we're talking about a portent of death, the black dog is a spirit. Bays and cries to let someone know, death might be coming for them or someone they know. So it's got a lot of that kind of old world folklore, obviously, of, it's a portent or an allusion to, as opposed to a direct cause of.
For sure. And I think they almost have a certain, even if they're not real, if you believe in the myth, it still has a certain it because self-fulfilling prophecy, like, oh, I don't want to go down that road. Saw something down there, and then because you never go down that road, you end up missing something or something happens, and
Sure.
it's just. I also picked up a few things. One of the other most, and again, we'll get more into it during feature creatures, but the Grimm in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Specifically, I'm going to go off of what Professor Trelawney?
Trelawney,
That
yeah.
was mixed, right?
Trelawney.
Yeah. What? Tron? We'll just no. Oh my God! You made me say Tron.
Trelawney.
Trelawney. I pronounced Hermione wrong for years, so forgive me. What she sees, she interprets as this Grimm, this black omen, and Grimm comes from the term Kirk Grimm or Church Grimm, and they are said to be like graveyard spirits, and they're not limited to dogs, but like folklore. There's many tales about how you can, if you feel like there's a graveyard and it's being haunted by a human spirit, and you want to set that human spirit free, but keep a guardian in the graveyard because there always has to be one, essentially. You could bury a black dog alive in the north end of the church. I don't know how popular that practice was.
Well,
I would have a problem with it now. Well, PETA doesn't really do much. Shucks, black shuck, old shuck. They're like a shaggy, ghostly black dog. They come from like the root word meaning witch, and they're like seen as like familiars or again omens. They have glowing eyes, or sometimes they'll have a eye like in the forehead, like a disc. Yeah, they're creepy. They look like a D&D.
I can certainly believe it. You had in Wales the I don't know if I want to try that. The Gwilgi? Gwilgi?
At least you have vowels in that word, okay?
The Dog of Darkness, which was a frightful apparition of a mastiff. It was kind of similar to what you're saying, except it was white. So it was a dazzling white creature. So the black dog isn't always black, apparently. You also have Wales in general is just weird, so it doesn't surprise me that they've got a weird version of the black dog. You also had the Dog of St. Donat's Castle, which generally was seen accompanying a hag or hag-like being, similar to your familiar statement.
This one?
Sorry, I got distracted by Billy in the chat.
Oh wait,
hello,
now
Billy.
Tom, you're typing twice in the chat.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh, damn it!
I wrote it twice. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those other phenomenons that are just like global. It's very interesting. The same way we have like the White Lady, like tradition of ghosts, and about how we feel about dogs. Maybe it's because they're like a fine line between something so close and something so wild, like a wolf.
I think you could be onto something there. It's a familiar animal that we either keep with us or try and fend away from ourselves. So, I mean, it's something everyone knows. Just like a luminous apparition, a white lady would be something everyone could identify. As opposed to just random tree beast or other weird European hag-like being.
I also like the term of the trope shaggy dog, which reminds me of the black dog myth because it's a plot that doesn't go anywhere. It's like a misdirect, and I feel like that's very much like you don't know if black dog, like if the omen actually exists or not. So I don't know if it is a direct correspondence, but it reminds me of it every time I hear about it.
And we did think that for Game of Thrones, the Night's Watch, because one of Rickon's dog is named Direwolf is named Shaggy Dog, and
we thought it was going with the. I mean, it could still in the trope, and I mean not in the trope in the book. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. 2020.
Well, I mean, in a more historical perspective, dog or calling someone a dog obviously would be an insult. So, Black dog may refer to kind of Saxon or Norman invaders of England. It could refer to Vikings. Obviously, dog or hund would be derogatory in German or Germanic languages. You've got the notion that black dogs or sea wolves, commonly referred to as Vikings, or the other way around, obviously aren't something you want to see. So as a portent of death, seeing a black sail or a black ship or just dark waters could also equate and come into that. And I'm sure you wouldn't have kind words to a roving band of Vikings who burned down your church and village. So it could be kind of an origin.
It's interesting. I never thought about it that way.
Aren't there some gods that like have a black dog as their like companion or something like?
There are, and we may be saving that for a future episode.
Okay, so we'll save that.
We're already going to next week when we talk about hellhounds. We'll definitely be talking about some gods and their companions, but there's definitely some other cool ones.
Should we go into our? Do we have any more lore to go through? Justin?
Yeah, I didn't really turn up much else.
This was a hard topic to do a lot about, as you'll see for our next section, which we call Believe It or Not, or Who Knows, where we look at videos and we determine if they're real or fake, or who knows. So what do we have for this, Tom?
Spoiler alert, it's a shaggy dog. We don't have anything. Ha!
Right, so we couldn't find anything. Everything was just a black dog that we saw, and it's blatantly obvious. And
turns out the internet loves dogs, but not, the spooky kind.
Like a dog that, like a black, like pit bull or whatever that was there, and then like phased through something. I would have put it there even for us to discuss, but whatever I could find was literally like a dog in the woods, and I'm like, whose dog is that? Like
exactly, same thing. I was looking for stuff, and all I saw was like it's a normal small black dog, no glowing eyes, nothing. It was just a dog that was running around with its owner like in tow, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So I figured to supplement, we can talk about like, I don't know, how would you feel if you came across a black dog in the middle of the night? Like, do you put any
stock into it?
Belief in this?
So like, would you like, what does it mean? Does it mean like you're gonna die, or there's some death that's gonna be involved soon?
More as a bad omen, not necessarily death. So it could be death around you, your death, maybe you going broke. I never correlated to like the banshee is you're gonna die.
Well, because when I looked it up on research, most of it said it was a portent of death. So that's why I assumed it was like a death thing. If not, then if it was, then I'd probably buy life insurance, maybe for everyone I know. But
I have an unexplainable need to insure everybody, just everybody.
But other than that, I don't know. Like, I'd be really scared. Like, I just first of all, like, does it attack, or is it just there being all spooky kind of thing?
Well, it depends which one of these myths, I guess, you subscribe to. If he's more of a guardian, maybe he's just there to protect other spirits and you're not supposed to be there. If it's one of these, like, a hellhound variant, it might be there for your soul. So it's hard to say depending on the myth.
And I mean, if it's also a guardian spirit, it could be guarding you, at which point questions might arise as to what you would need defending from. So, all in all, strange canines in the woods at night. As often as I find myself walking in the woods at night, I wouldn't be happy to come across one. Certainly not if its eyes were glowing. I don't know that I'd spend much time personally puzzling out what it meant. It might be more of a watch me run my fat self all the way back to my car.
Yeah, because at a certain point, like Kimber is talking about black cats in the chat. At a certain point, what are black dogs just another superstition? You know what I mean? Or is there actual credibility to this cryptid?
Well,
that's what I'm wondering.
I had like a thing where I came home from school one day, and like my house is always closed. I came home and I went to my room. That's the first thing I do, and turn on my computer. When I got to my room, there's a black cat. Because Kimber brought this up in the chat, that there's a black cat just sitting on my bed looking at me. And where did it come from? like who I don't own a cat, and like no one in my neighbor, like my neighbors, none of my neighbors own a cat, and how to get into my house, and it was just sitting on my bed waiting for me when I got home. So that I don't know if that was like a bad omen or not, because I'm very superstitious too. So like, imagine it was a black dog or anything. I don't know, man. It was scary.
You missed your chance.
It was choosing you to be Sailor Moon.
I don't know Sailor Moon. I mean, I've seen Sailor Moon once or twice. I didn't know that's what happens though.
You'd be fighting evil by daylight.
Oh, someone needs to draw that. That needs to be new fan art.
That's gonna be a new thing. Janine's gonna draw me as Sailor Moon.
Oh God!
Since we did bring up Kimber's reference in the chat, I will read it. 1 year after the clock struck 12, my group of friends and I were walking to our car, and the first thing we saw was a black cat. That's got to be a bad omen, right?
It was New Year's Day. That's why.
Oh, it was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Which year? Like,
yeah.
What was the next year?
Was it the year of the cat? Because that might say a lot. Is there a year of the cat?
It's like a couple years ago.
Was it Y2K? Because that could have been the first dump of 2000 by any cat in the world.
Is it the year we met?
No, maybe.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It was a sign that many opportunities would be dumped in your path.
Oh jeez.
Billy's saying that he thinks all black cats are Salem from Sabrina, but we're not talking about cats there. We're talking about dogs. It's just funny that we all brought up cats and we all have experience with black cats.
Cat does mean small dogs, so.
I own a couple of black cats currently. I've owned a black dog. I've never experienced worse luck than I would normally have from the animals.
No. Glad that man, see that's my problem is if I saw a dog in the woods, I would especially if it's alone, like I'd be like,
Hey buddy,
you all right?
Your owner? Yeah.
Keith, and I would obviously be like, all right, I respect you and I'm gonna get out of here or do my best to do so. But if it was a friendly dog, I wouldn't take it as a bad. Like it feels more like a superstition. But I believe that maybe spirits of animals can exist. I just don't know if they mean you're gonna die or if you're gonna.
Did we say why this started? Like in our lore, I don't think we actually even said like why this superstition started.
I mean, have we domesticated dogs how long ago? I don't know if we're ever gonna get a real origin. It's not like
that's a good point. I mean, we're basically responsible for the creation of dogs, so. Maybe the earliest dog breed that wasn't feral.
The real villain here is man. So, if we never domesticated wolves, we would have no black dogs.
And more wolves.
And more wolves.
Morning commutes would be much more interesting.
Yeah.
Luna.
Should we move on to our feature creature section now, or do we have anything else to say about? Because we don't really like how would. Well, Tommy, you never answered. What would you do? You just said you actually just said you probably won't ask if it had an owner or anything.
I would check for tags.
Yeah.
Those I wouldn't think of it unless it was being aggressive. I wouldn't think of it as an omen or something.
Justin,
I'd probably just be like.
I've got a flashlight. It's very bright. I would. Check the animal and then probably determine whether or not I need to run. And if I do, that'll be fun for everybody. I don't know. I wouldn't take it as an omen of any kind, mainly because I'm just generally. I believe in plenty, and I believe that some things may signify other things, but dogs aren't one of them.
I'm not saying psychologically, like if you were to have a dream of black, I think that's more likely if you were to have like a dream about a black dog, because that is ingrained into your psyche as being bad luck or an omen, then maybe that could at least mean something to you. But I don't know if I'm gonna run into one ever.
I would just kind of imagine it was my fiance just whispering in my ear, "We need a dog. We need a dog." Don't
start. You'll get Kimber joining that train.
Yeah.
She met one and named it Bitey in the pet store, and I'm like, "You named it. We gotta go."
There's certain things you don't do.
She misses Bitey. See, I knew this would happen. Yeah. So we will run into these creatures though at the box office. Maybe, I don't know. Let's
So we're
find
going.
out in our
Next section is our feature creature. So where have we seen them in pop culture? And believe it or not, we thought we'd get a lot. One was very obvious that we'd all get, which was pretty much I used it in the promo of it. But yeah, it was the first one that we got, and that's the only one I know. So I'm gonna have to steal this one because I don't know any of the other ones. And that was the one I put up. Was Delisha said, "Well, the Grimm from Harry Potter." That was her first thought. And that remember when I think it was like Harry that looks at his tea leaves and looks like a Grimm. Like you can see, it looks like a dog there. And Trelawney was like going crazy about it. So that was the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
Very
Delisha
popular.
also made a second tweet going as well as Sirius Black.
Right.
But of course, this is the homage to Sirius. So, and
Right.
of course, Sirius means dog. For those who don't know, so
And black means black.
he
I
is
thought I'd throw that in there.
is a Grimm.
So you want to do the next one? I don't know this one, but
Tom Zambino, he said, I don't know if this counts, but the song Black Dog by Led Zeppelin was about a nameless, mysterious black dog that would hang around their studio. So I'm saying that.
anybody hear this song? Ever heard the song? Or
Oh yeah.
you have?
Kimber's
Oh, yeah.
excited. Tom's hyped.
Justin, what about, do you know this one?
Well, let's see. We've got, of course, Dan Nye said the film starring Patrick Swayze, which I've never seen.
Yeah, I looked it
Never
up.
seen it.
I almost didn't put it on here because I'm like, does he just name his truck Black Dog? And that's why it's called Black Dog. But apparently, like, he's like a drug smuggler, and there's a dog that's living in the back of his truck the entire time. But you only see him in a hallucination, which is
Hallucinatory.
very
It's the
similar.
hallucinatory state.
Yes, and it's almost very similar to the way Sherlock sees the Hound in the remake of. So, but you never see the dog outside of that. So I thought that was interesting, because is that dog actually there? Is it a ghost? I don't know. So I thought that was clever.
Kind of like the hair of the dog type of
sense
sense of meaning. It's like it's a thing that bit you.
I've never heard of this movie. The only
Got it.
I thought we'd have more for a black dog in feature creatures because I figure it was prevalent in movies, but I guess it's more of a hellhound kind of thing we come to know as opposed to the black dog omen like for death, mostly for the portent or any bad luck I should say. Mostly for bad luck we think of black cats and stuff, right? If a black cat crosses your path, and for death we think of the banshee. But I really thought we'd have more for a black dog, but it was really tough to find all around. I'm guessing we're gonna get more for hellhounds. I'm assuming. I know off the top of my head, I know a few right away for hellhounds.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's different instances, definitely, especially like video games and stuff like that, where they use like the hellhound model and dungeon settings. Like, I thought these was if I was gonna compare this to like a monster manual, they sound more closer to like a blink dog because they're there and they're not there.
Right.
I could see it. Kind of phasing quality. Yeah.
But I think we'll have better luck with the Hellhound next week and some more familiar examples.
We do have a caller
familiar.
today, though. Hopefully, if our gremlins don't act up again, we do have a caller.
All right. Well, Billy's calling in first.
While we do that, we talk about next week's. Like we just said, we're gonna have Hellhounds, and then in 2 weeks we have our season finale. We'll tell you about that next week because normally we'd be spinning the wheel of weird here, but we have a special topic for our season finale. The only hint we'll say is 'tis the season. So think about that. What could it be?
It's I talked about it all the time, Morgan. You should know that's Morgan's hint. Directly for Morgan.
Yes. You've definitely mentioned this a lot on the other shows, so I know that.
I love it.
All you other people don't listen to that hint. That's not for you.
Yes. The chat is blowing up right now, but
Pay no attention to anything that Digital and Dice has posted in the past week.
Oh God, now I got to think about what we posted last week.
Memes.
Oh no, I don't
Billy,
know.
you can call in now if you're the links. I don't know if the link's there, but You can call in.
That clue wasn't for you. Your guesses don't count.
We told you not to listen. You were warned.
Yeah, so Hellhound next week, and then our season finale special after that.
All right. Well, since everyone's guessing, I guess we should just tell them it's about Frosty the Snowman.
Yep.
No, you're not supposed to.
Sorry.
I mean, we're gonna cover it. We're gonna go over the Michael Keaton movie by beat, and see if it holds up.
Billy needs a link.
Oh, my bad. We're not even gonna talk
I thought
about
Billy
the
had
Cool Jack
superpowers where he can
movie.
just come in, like Shazam.
There must be a red sun out or something.
Mm.
God, I hope not.
Or is that what's going on right now in my room? Or my bunker, I mean. Not my room.
I'm suspicious.
He has to keep his own powers in check, or otherwise he'd be... Uber host. I prefer Lyft. Topical humor.
I don't know. Uber Eats isn't bad.
It is. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's really good.
No, it is. It is.
It is good, I would say. Like, oh man, Billy can't get in again. Do you want to try sending him an email to the Google?
Yeah, let me see if I can do it that way.
We'll try sending the old-fashioned way, Billy. This is weird. Why it's not happening?
The good, nice, old-timey method. From back in the
Tom
old
Zambino
days.
says, you, Tom, he hopes something left at your door today. He tried to make it encrypted related, but check your mail, Tom. Maybe?
I'll have to check it tomorrow. We didn't get any mail today. We're already missing another package that we're waiting to get. So
Uh-oh. The package thief.
yeah.
Mail to our neighbors.
Not cool. Wait, so when do they come into your place and go up and put it in front of your doors, or just in front of the actual?
Sometimes they will. If it's a cool mailman, he'll deliver it straight to your door. If not, they'll just throw it into whatever box is convenient.
I don't know. UPS in this area has been kind of temping with Olympic track and field stars. They're starting to shot put our boxes onto the porch.
Okay.
I saw the UPS guy just throwing people's boxes the other day, right from his truck. And I'm like, what is he doing?
Those are Christmas gifts I purchased for
Holiday.
people. I need you to not break them.
I know, right? I couldn't believe it.
They're hiring a bunch of newbies for Christmas season, so it might be with the UPS. UPS is usually really good. It's our regular postal.
DHL is the worst.
I've never had to deal with DHL.
Please never do. Save yourself trouble.
I don't think I've had trouble with that. Wasn't Billy able to get in on Odd Shape panel like easily? I don't get this. What's going on? It's got to be the Gremlins, man. That's what it is.
We did. We made that mistake. Gremlins now exist in our feeds.
They're canon.
So I will
There's a
definitely.
canon?
I definitely will be here next week because Star Wars is not being released on Wednesday, especially for me next week. So I'll see you on Thursday. So I'll definitely be here Wednesday.
I hope I can get tickets for what day would it be? Go. Maybe we can go Friday morning.
Because next week is Star Wars week, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
Yep, there he is.
Hey,
Hey, Billy, welcome.
it's a Billy.
Yep, it's a Billy. Very rare, but we exist.
What's going on? So what did you
Not
said you have an
much.
interesting fact for us?
Sorry about not being able to call in for last week. That was my bad. I don't know what it is with my computer. It's acting weird.
Gremlins.
Yeah, fucking gremlins. But no, I thought it was cool. I was looking up facts for the black dog. It was kind of hard because, it literally took me to pictures of like actual black labs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I found a bunch of different names for the dog, and one of them I found was Padfoot, and that's actually the name in Yorkshire. And Padfoot is nickname for Sirius Black in the book, so I thought that was cool. And it also just says a couple sightings and what to do if a black dog is seen. And virtually there is little in the way of what to do or what can be done. By the time you see one, it's supposedly already too late. And they're also the ways of warding off black dogs are also vague and nondescript. Like in Christian countries, simply wearing a cross or the picture of a saint is enough to keep the dog at bay. Makes sense. Other superstitions include carrying a coffin nail, sprinkling fresh water on the ground behind you as you walk, or having a pair of scissors, preferably iron, on your person. Also, avoid crossroads, moving bodies of water like rivers and streams, and stay away from woods or long stretches of field. Last one I actually can understand because I feel like black dog would be seen in like the woods or something, since it's like very closely associated with like wolves and all that.
Were you about to say something, Justin?
Yeah, I was. So I mean, that kind of matches a lot of the fairy folklore we commonly talk about. You know, carry iron, you know, moving waters, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thought.
There's a lot of names for these, for the black dog. I just thought a couple of them from Lincolnshire is or Lincolnshire is Harry Jack, the moth dog, or it's spelled with 2 O's. In Scotland, Old Shock or Black Shuck in Suffolk. A lot of and Gallytrotton also in Suffolk.
Yeah, the white one.
Yeah, the Bogey Beast is Lancashire, and Puka in Ireland. I thought these were just awesome. And Striker in Lancashire and Yorkshire. I don't even know if I'm saying the names correctly, but I just thought these are some pretty interesting names for a black dog.
I'm gonna send a highlight reel over to Morgan to see how many you got right out of those.
He'll probably just say, like, "No, Billy, what are you doing? You suck. Stop pronouncing."
I think like the one you said, like Leicester, whatever you said, it was like I think it's like Leicester. Like that's how you say it. Like there's no like you don't like add the Chester to it. It's just like Leicester because like there's like
I used to say Yorkshire, but
yeah,
I know
it's Yorkshire. Yeah. But like you know how like there's like looks like it says Gloucester, but that's actually Gloucester.
Gloucester.
So like that's So I would assume like Leicester, like you're saying, is like Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
It's
English place names are fun.
Leicester, whatever.
No, I'm kidding. I don't.
That's probably where Listerine comes from.
Call blimey.
Did you have any featured creatures, Billy, besides the Grim?
Aside from the Grim and Sirius Black, no, I couldn't really. I couldn't think of anything aside from that because, like, that's the one example I've been accustomed to, and that's the only example I've really seen. And I felt terrible because I wanted to put something different, but I knew somebody would immediately snatch that one up.
Delisha
And her love of Harry Potter, even though we are Hufflepuffs. We are both Hufflepuffs. The best house. Or the most underrated.
I'm currently wearing my Slytherin pajamas.
That's what's up.
I knew Kimber was going to say something.
I know.
Yeah,
those clever Slytherins, I'll give you that.
they're ambitious. Ravenclaws are the clever ones.
Billy, you're usually like have a plethora of.
I know it was really hard this week,
and I was like, "Oh man, how is Billy not coming up with one?" Because he's seen like,
it's really hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know how we struggled to just find each other. We couldn't even find videos first of all, because otherwise we just got cute puppy dog videos. But yeah, man, it's rough this week for black dog.
Yeah, because actual black dogs exist. I owned a black lab.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, white ladies exist too, and there's still sightings of them.
Well, yeah, but
oh God, a white lady.
That's good. That's a good one.
I get it.
Do you have anything you want to plug before we have to wrap up here?
Yeah. I'm currently developing a podcast for the Monday show, and it's coming along nicely. I just laid out a format. All I got to do is just figure out scheduling because I work 5 days a week, and just how to actually record it. And yeah, should be coming out next year, very early next year. So I'm excited to show that to you guys. And you can find me on Twitter at @BBusterBill. I'm always here on the Odd Shaped channel and the Kingslayers YouTube as well. Very supportive of very supportive of you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate it a lot.
And I love coming to Encrypted every week, even though I was late.
It's
But,
all right. Bill, you're
I had to
here
work
every week
late,
for us, so
so-
we really appreciate it.
Just watch it later and get us that extra view. And for those who also like this, who aren't Billy, else in the chat who's definitely liking our stuff already, drop us a like, some comments, subscribe if you will. I'll let you go. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, Billy.
You.
Now that he's gone. Isn't
Let
he
us
such a nice
down.
guy?
He usually has like 15 things. I'm playing. No, Billy's like always supportive of us and great to us. And I was surprised he didn't have anything. This is like in his alley. He loves those shows, like those supernatural type shows that you'd expect to see a lot of.
They did. We'll definitely talk Hellhound.
Yeah, Hellhound.
Because I was thinking about Supernatural, but they didn't do the Black Dog. They did Hellhound. So
Right.
I think went that route as opposed to Black Dog. So
I think the original Scooby-Doo cartoon might have had it too. I should have looked it up first, but I'm pretty sure the Scooby-Doo cartoon had like one of those, like they had like a How Did the Baskervilles episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo's brown.
What?
Scooby-Doo's brown.
Oh no, I meant one of the enemies. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That yeah. Do we have anything else?
No, I think that's it. Just plugs.
Let's start with Justin. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm Justin. I can be found at jthuluphoto on Twitter. You can find me on most every Digital and Dice production, as that's now a thing. Find me on Creature Pasta, which will be launching on the 13th. I'm going to keep saying that even though I'm not certain of the date. Check up on Twitter for that. Go over, watch me read horrible fan fiction at people on literal torture. Oh, the last one was a doozy. And you can find that one there. And yeah, and here on Wednesdays. So
Great. What you got, Cal?
Well, I used to have a lower third. I don't know what happened to it anymore, but I'm the Jersey Devil Cal. You can find me on Twitter at VeronJaDejaVu. You can see me streaming every day. Now I'm currently doing Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris expansion. We beat it probably our first take in a few hours, Randall and I. But it's still fun to watch. Now we're doing all the little extra things, trying to get all the our light level up and all that kind of stuff. But it's fun. I'll try to be doing Skyrim again eventually because I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. When I come, I just see it on my little live chat. Like, this is not Skyrim. Tom was one of the people who came and said, this is not Skyrim. But you weren't the only one, Tom. A lot of people came in saying, this is not Skyrim. They're used to seeing me do my crotch shots in Skyrim, and that wasn't really happening. Yeah, check out the Kingslaying that I do. Now currently on Destiny 2, but I will be getting down to Skyrim. On Friday, I'll have my mid-season finale of Flashpoints, where we'll talk about the mid-season finale of this week's Flash called Don't Run. It's a good episode, I thought, after a really great crossover series called Crisis on Earth X. That was great. I thought one of the best crossover series we've had in the DC universe from the show-wise. And then Sunday, we have our second part of our two-part special of Get Psyched, where we'll actually be recapping the movie because the movie's coming out tomorrow. So please check out the Psych movie tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about it on Sunday night around 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday, we don't have anything anymore. Eventually, we'll have another Aftermath. I'll talk about that next week, I guess, on enCRYPTID. But next week on enCRYPTID, we'll be talking Hellhounds. And hopefully, I'll try to get another Gamers Chair out with Tom Zambino. I know he's in the chat now. And then hopefully, I can get another one of the fighters that fought this past week. I'll get them on a Gamers Chair episode as well. So that's pretty much it on my end.
All right, and for me, you can always find me or my great partner who ran off, Kimber, here on Odd Shave Channel. As far as next week's schedule, what we got going on is Monday we have an OSP and chill, so we'll be talking about recent news and having another Q&A. So if you have any questions, definitely send them to us at Odd Shape Panel or at Kimberbatch OSP _OSP. It can be weird. I don't care. Not too weird. And as far as everything else, Mormon Zone's on a holiday break, so we might try to figure out something we can do on Tuesdays. Nothing crazy. And then we got enCRYPTID on Wednesday. So just keep an eye on our Twitter, and we'll be able to update you.
What about OSP Plays?
I promised an Animal Crossing video I still need to get out, and
I look forward to those, right? Kidding.
Oh yeah, well I guess maybe the live ones I can
let me down, buddy. Let me down.
We'll figure it out.
I just have Tom just record a bunch of voices. I'll just send him a huge text and have him read it to me in different voices and just send it to me so I can just listen to that. Because that's what and then have like the A button like prompt in it through one of my texts just so I can hear that part. If you watch the show, you'd understand what I'm talking about because that's my favorite part of the show.
Ashley wants Oregon Trail Tuesdays, so I'm not going to deny her that.
Oh, Ashley, Joe, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. I also, what was I going to say? I don't know. Anyway,
you're talking about Animal Crossing before.
Yeah, I got to get out. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you guys are playing Destiny, I'll just hop on and talk to you guys sometime if you want. That'll be fun.
I don't know if you can get in the chat because you have a PS3, but you can get in the chat on the side. You know,
and then what's the point? I'll just record my own audio track and sell it as a commentary to you.
You'll do voices.
And I'll do voices, and
I'll hold my phone up to the thing and just have you talk through it because that's the only way you can do it.
No, I'm stealing it.
Tom, we just need to get you an Xbox.
Because I'm putting a new.
All
right.
It's funny, yeah. I would love to see that.
Check out, definitely check out the Kingslayer Network as well as Digital and Dice. It should be on the sideboard. I feel like an airline person. There's a side thing with all the channels on them. If you don't see their logos, hit refresh. It's on random, so I can't control whether or not it's there. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next.
We're going out again.
Oh no,
Justin, what do we gotta do?
End transmission.